Hello guys, welcome to Kweku Tech. If today is your first time here, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification icon below. So today I have with me Dennis Efa Amponsa, who is a software engineer. He will be telling us his journey, how he got his first job as a software engineer just after university. Hello Dennis, welcome to the show.
Hello, Kweku Tech. Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about who Dennis is?
Sure. Dennis is a very simple young man. Should I say my age? No.
No, your age is.
Yeah, sure. So, a very simple young man who graduated university about 3 years ago,
Okay.
and then I'm currently a software engineer.
Okay.
I'll just put it as that. Something simple.
Sure. So where do you come from, Dennis?
I'm from Asante Achim Profa. It's in the Ashanti region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you been to Ashanti region?
Yeah, I've been there once for a wedding for one of our co-workers. I went to escort him there. That was my first time, and I think I'll be going there again for more interviews like this because I'm based in Accra here, so I want to move out of Accra to see how the tech industry is also moving on in the Ashanti region. So I'll be going there.
Nice.
So your basic education, where did you have your basic education?
It was in two parts.
Okay.
One, all of them were in Ashanti region.
Okay.
One was at Christian Advantage. That was where I went from primary 1 to primary 6, and then from primary GHS 1 to GHS 3, I moved to Ken University GHS.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my dad just wanted a shift in the education system for me
to see if really you are scoring the marks that you play.
You see, and then that place too was quite competitive, I would say, but then I managed to go through. So that's where I went for my basic education.
In your university? Senior high school?
I went to Kumasi High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Abante. I'm Abante.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So you spent all your life?
Yeah, I spent all the education, basic ones, and then the junior high, and then the senior high in Ashanti region.
Why did you need to go to Ken University Senior High by rather Kumasi?
You see, there's this I don't know, but there's this something about, you see, Ken University is like a mixed school, right?
Yeah.
And then there's something about mixed schools and then single sex schools.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it was like Ken University was part of my choices, but it wasn't my first, and then it was my second. But then it was part.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Kumasi High School, which is a single sex school.
Oh, okay. Boys school.
Yeah, it's a boys school.
So brand itself.
So what's that say?
So your your university, where did you go?
University of Cape Coast.
Why not K University?
Well, I had an offer at K University.
Okay.
But I don't know whether it was a strategy that UCC uses or they used, or I don't know. But then I think they released admissions for DS a little bit earlier.
Yes. And
then every parent would advise their kids that, I bought Ken University, Legon, and then Tech. Sorry, UCC. That was like 3 schools, right? So UCC first released the admission list, and then I was fortunate to be admitted, and then the advice was that why don't you go there first? I mean, you don't really know what these schools might exactly. So that was how come I ended in UCC. Yep. But then I got admitted to Ken University as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's nice. It really helped because it also changed your environment for you to experience.
Yep. And then I also wanted to
see the sea, right?
You bab.
Because most people who move from Kumasi, the first thing they would like to do is
travel out, see the sea, move to be out of their parents' zone. See how things are.
That's nice. So your tech journey, when did your tech journey begin?
My tech journey began when I was in senior high school. Yeah, there was this friend that I moved from junior high school to senior high school with, and then he used to talk about computer games a lot. So that was when he used to talk about, I think you should know him now.
Edinam.
Yes, I was the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
class with Edinam in
yeah.
JHS, and I was the same class with him in senior high school as well.
Oh, okay.
So he used to talk about
Edinam will be on the show very soon. He has a YouTube channel that talks about text and those kind of things. He do cartoons and those.
yes,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So he used to talk about C++, game, FIFA, and stuff. So that was when I got interested. I wanted to like know more how these games are made and stuff. Yeah. So that's where I would say that is when my tech. Yeah, I got enthused into tech. So during vacations, I remember I used to Google W3 schools on my phone to like write some simple HTML, see how. Phone. Yeah, I'll just like write them on in a book.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I get a computer, I'll just try it out.
But what did you wanted to become before Edinam swap you?
You see, the thing is, if you do computer, general science at senior high school, technically you want to be a medical student, right? But then my dad wanted me to be a builder, like civil engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the thing that he was also trying to
African parents.
But then, Charlie, I wanted to build something else. I wanted to build software, not like buildings. Yeah.
So we will say Edinam change.
Edinam was part.
Okay.
Edinam was part.
Okay.
So I think the curiosity to trying to know more what's actually in this and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So you started writing your code. Yeah, that started programming back in SHS.
Is HTML a programming language?
Not really.
I would say I didn't start programming since high school because
you
I go into
yes.
I wanted to learn C++ because I heard about it. Edinam mentioned it, so I heard about it. I wanted to learn Python. So that's when I heard, but then that's not when I started learning. Okay. I wouldn't say that.
So when did you start learning?
When I go to the university.
Yeah. Okay. So you did computer science?
Yes.
University. So how was it? How was education like?
Computer science in UCC, I would say it's more. I mean, it's understandable, right? Like I would say it's more theoretical, and then it's understandable because they are running a computer science program, not like a software engineering program. Okay. So everything was like it was more theoretical, more mathematics, more some fundamentals of computer science concepts. But it was cool. It was cool. Let me just put it that way.
Okay. So talking about it was more theoretical and those kind of things. So how did you get the practical aspect of it?
So vacations, and then when you get back to your hostel, when I got back to my hostel, I had this half screen laptop that I used to Google things on.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So when I go back to the hostel and then like during vacations too. Yeah.
Okay. So did you join any coding club back in school?
Yeah. Those were very helpful. I joined that time it was Google Developers Group when we were in 1100. Okay. Yeah. I joined that, and then the computer science department had like this small I would say groups that some of the senior folks would that's like level 400 would handle those classes. Like we had classes in web development, classes in Android development, and then I think there were others. But then I joined the web development one. Okay. And then it was very helpful.
Okay. So would you say that those groups have a major impact in your life?
Heavy impact.
So you advise more people in the university to join those kind of groups whilst they are.
Yes. Python, Python, Python. I mean those small groups on campus. Okay. Yes, I would advise that we should all, if you get the chance, like join.
So, how did you land a job in your first company? Which company was your first company to work in? Just after school, when did you do your service, and how?
So after school, when I was in level 300, I don't want to say I was fortunate, but I was a little bit fortunate that there was this new course that was introduced on campus that was embedded systems, and then it was very hands-on. See, initially I said most of them was like theoretical. This was like very hands-on, and there was a man from CERN. I don't know whether you know CERN.
CERN, no.
There's this There's this scientific research agency or something like that in Switzerland.
Okay.
They have like this deep underground research facility. Yeah, there was a man from there who came to
I've
teach
heard
us.
something
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. So this course was like very hands-on, and then people, some like few of us joined. I think it was not, they didn't open to everyone. They opened it to a few of like the computer science folks, and then I joined. So after I joined, Dawood too joined, and then some few folks to join. I mean,
Dawood, the Java user group.
Yep.
Okay.
And then after the course, the lecturer who was, you see, I said there was this man from Sen that came, but then there was a Ghanaian lecturer who was supervising stuff, and so they gave us a lab to handle those devices. It was like hands-on, as I said. We programmed IoT devices, very low level. We
just like global code.
Yes, just like global code, but I would say that yes, just like global code. He taught us how to read data sheets, how to program in C, very low level. Yep, and then how to like write make files and all those things. So I would say it was very hands-on. And then after the course, this lecturer, a Ghanaian lecturer, told me that, hey, I think you can take off this lab, right? So I'd want you to in the morning, just come around lab, come and sweep here, like do stuff like that. So
just like lab prefect.
Yeah. So after school, I had an option from him. Right, that he would that was like an offer. That he would link me to another company. That was one of the offers that I had. And then I had a friend who spoke to me about Turntable. Yep. And then I had another offer. Forgotten, like it was a government ministry of, I've forgotten. So I had like 3 offers, and then I did some. I asked for advice, and then it looked like I had to. I chose Turntable. Let me put it that way. Yes. So that was where I had my national service.
So you had your national service at Turntable.
Yes.
That's really fortunate for you. Just after university.
So
after the service.
Yeah, after the service, I stayed there. Let me put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah,
so how has working been at Turntable as a software engineer?
When starting.
Yeah.
So Turntable has this training program called TLC. I don't know whether I think you know. Yeah. So that learning training program was like very intensive. Right? So I learned a lot. So that short period was like intensive learning for me.
Yeah, how did you feel comparing that to the education system?
Oh, you see, just as I said, the education system is computer science. But this is software. So I would say that this the training program, like I would say, I learned more hands-on stuff than when I was in school, right? Because school is computer science, and then this is software engineering. So I would just say that I learned more within a very short period of time. It was very, very intensive.
That's really good. So what are some of the activities you do as a software engineer when you wake up?
When I wake up,
from waking up to work till end of the day.
Well, a typical day of mine starts mornings calm, and then we just do a stand up, whatever you did yesterday, what you are doing today, what you have logged on, and those stuff. And then because I'm currently under ICO, you probably work in like a ticket or something like that. You look at what you are supposed to do, and then you try and tackle it. So if you face any problems, there are people to speak to about the issue, and then like that's how basically it is. And then probably there are some meetings here and there from Turntable to yeah. So that's basically it.
I have this question that has been bothering me, and most of my fans ask. Most people think software engineers, like, they don't have a life, like they are always indoors. Are you the type?
Well, I would say yes and no.
So what do you do when not coding?
When not coding, maybe watching a movie, if like I'm indoors.
So how many movies do you watch within a week?
Oh, that one day I can't see. I don't keep track. I don't keep track on number of days or number of movies I watch. Yeah, but mostly indoors, and then sometimes I really go out, but then I go out sometimes.
He said he go out sometimes, so it means he has life, he enjoy it,
Oh
like
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Come on.
normal person. So
Yeah.
stop putting that perception in your mind that when you get into software engineering, you can't have life to talk with your friends or have fun with your friends. That's good. I also have a question. So which programming languages do you use, like as at now?
Currently, I would say basically Java and then Golang.
Java and
Golang.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Go. Not
okay,
just Go.
okay, okay. So, are there community after school? Did you like partake in any community just to give back to the society, like how you were also taught in university, like those Java, Google developers, and those kind of things?
After school,
When you got into the industry, like started working as a software engineer.
yep, after school, yes. I would say that Timetable has an initiative where like we give back.
Okay.
It's like we had like mentorship sessions
Okay.
where some of the engineers would like take a I would say a course that they are familiar with or they are well versed in, and then they try to teach other people who are also coming in. Right? Yes. So after school, yes, and then I think when I was in school too, I used to be um, Python capable lead together with Francis.
Francis, okay,
Yes.
Francis.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Francis, who is currently the chairperson for PyCon Ghana. The link will be under the description if you want to watch the conversation with him to know more about him. And also, so like if a student who is now going into university, who want to go and study computer science, maybe the person has just completed university. I had a chat with someone who already started computer science. He started programming before he got to university, so he started making some few cash. Would you recommend people know more like about computer science before they get into university, or people can just apply to computer science and go and get all the knowledge over there?
So if I had your question right, do you then assure me is a computer science degree really necessary?
Yeah, like let me put it that way.
I would say a degree is very necessary.
Okay.
The fact that you know how to program before going to school doesn't mean that you are making the money. So I mean, you can do whatever you want, and then let's say leave the degree aside. No, 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 no.
So let me also ask so do the degree that makes you qualify you as a software engineer?
No,
The degree
the
doesn't.
degree doesn't. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Because I've worked on at some projects with other people who did like biomedical and stuff, and then they're very good.
Okay.
So the computer science degree itself doesn't make you a software engineer or a software developer.
Okay. As you can hear, the degree doesn't make you. Which programming language will you recommend for someone who is now hearing about tech, or which venue of tech will you advise people to what venture into?
Okay, so the first question was a programming language.
Yeah.
I would say people will say, I hear a lot of people say Python, Python, because it has like easy syntax and then stuff. But yes, Python is cool, but then just pick one and stick to it because people make money from almost every programming language, right?
Yes.
So it's just you that you have to psych your mind that I really want to do this, and then I really want to do this, and then this tool will help me do that, right? So let me just pick that programming language and then learn it, and then try to use that tool for something. Right? Okay. So I would say I'll go a little bit with people and say Python because it has its syntax, but then pick any programming language.
Okay. Pick any programming language and go with. Yeah. So far as you are comfortable with it, you can make money out of it. So about the second question, which tech avenue will you advise people to venture into? Because there are many tech avenues now.
This is like telling me how does the future look like. It is asking me how, because well, for me, what I think now is it looks to me personally like AI looks like it's here to stay.
Okay.
Right. So I feel like people who venture into AI will eventually make a lot of money.
Okay.
Right. So if you get the chance to be in that field, yeah.
Okay. AI will eventually make a lot of money because because nowadays all things are getting into making life easier and
Exactly. And then complex things that humans can't really do that much, that I think machines or AI or some algorithm pre-trained models can easily do it.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. My questions are finished.
Okay.
So can you leave your social media handles for people who would like you to mentor them?
Wow. So I'm not very active. Well, I'm active by scrolling through a lot of things, reading through feeds and stuff, but I don't really interact. But then on Twitter, Kofi_pro.
Okay.
And then
LinkedIn.
Then is Ifamponsa.
Okay.
I think those are the two basic ones that I'm mostly on.
Okay.
Yeah, Twitter and then LinkedIn sometimes.
Thank you very much for your time. My last question before you leave.
Sure.
Who will you love next to be on the show?
I would say Edinam.
Edinam.
Yeah, Edinam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Edinam. You are being wanted here. You will be the next on the show, so I'll be looking forward to you. Thank you very much for watching. This has been another amazing episode with Dennis. He's a software engineer. He is very young and very talented. You can reach out to him on all social media platforms for you to have a lot of conversation with him. He can't say everything. He can't say everything here with us, so you can reach out to him. Stay tuned. Peace.